What's the kindest thing a customer has ever done for you? I was working at this little coffee shop downtown, and honestly it was the worst time of my life because I had just moved to the city with basically nothing in my bank account, and my roommate had bailed on me last minute, which meant I was stuck paying double rent on this tiny apartment that smelled like old pizza and had a heater that only worked when it felt like it. Every morning I would drag myself to work on like 3 hours of sleep because I was staying up all night applying for second jobs and trying to figure out how to make my money stretch until the next paycheck. And some days I was literally choosing between eating lunch or taking the bus home, which is why I walked everywhere even when it was pouring rain and my shoes had holes in them that let in all the cold water from the sidewalk puddles. The coffee shop was always busy, but the tips were terrible because most customers just grabbed their drinks and left without even looking at the tip jar. And my manager was this grumpy guy who would get mad if we took bathroom breaks that were longer than 5 minutes. So I was basically running on empty every single day while trying to smile and pretend everything was fine when people complained about their orders taking too long or their coffee being too hot or too cold. I remember this one particularly bad week when my electricity got shut off because I couldn't pay the bill and I was showering at the gym and charging my phone at work. And I had been wearing the same 3 shirts over and over because I couldn't afford to do laundry, and I probably looked like a complete mess even though I was trying so hard to keep it together. Then this regular customer, this older woman who always ordered a simple black coffee and sat in the corner reading her book, noticed that I looked different one morning when I was making her drink with shaky hands because I hadn't eaten anything in like 18 hours and was running on pure caffeine and determination. She asked me if I was okay, and I tried to brush it off with some fake cheerful response about being tired, but she just looked at me with these kind eyes and said she could tell I was going through something difficult. And before I could even respond, she handed me this envelope and told me to open it later when I had a quiet moment. When I finally got my break and opened the envelope in the storage room, there was $300 in cash along with a note that said she had been watching me work so hard every day and wanted to help because she remembered what it was like to struggle when she was young. And she wrote that I reminded her of her own daughter, and she hoped someone would do the same for her if she ever needed it. I literally started crying right there between the coffee beans and paper cups because it was the first time in months that someone had shown me that kind of pure human kindness without expecting anything in return. And when I tried to find her the next day to thank her properly, she had already moved out of town, but I still think about her generosity every single day and try to pay it forward whenever I can.